Hi guys, and welcome to part 12 of my Unity tutorials. This time we're gonna give our bat some animations, but first off I noticed the game ran differently after the 4.5 update, in which Unity improved their physics 2D system. So let's start the game. You should see right away what's odd about it. The player immediately runs um, too fast. So oh, you should have also noticed the our bat is gone. I went ahead and already deleted the sprite. But let's go to the player and let's fix the running problem by adding some drag. Let's start off with 10. That's already a lot better, but he still runs pretty fast. Let's make it 30 and try again. Yeah, this is good enough. This is good. And I don't know if you noticed, but when I'm walking it feels like it's a lot smoother. I'm not sure if that's just me being silly, but it really feels a lot smoother. I don't know why. Maybe they really improved it a lot, the physics 2D system with patch 4.5. But I think they did a great job. So anyway, let's start with the bat animation. So let's go to our enemy and give him animator, and let's go back to our assets and create a new animator controller. Let's call this enemy bat. It doesn't matter what you name it. Anime. Let's connect the or assign the controller to our new animator component, and let's go to our new animator sheet. So let's now import the new sprites. So import a new asset, and this one should be it. And let's go to the inspector and make the sprite mode multiple. Make this one point and decompress it a bit. You can also make it true color. And let's open it up in the sprite editor and slice each of the individual sprites. And let's also move their pivots a bit. So we don't need to move the pivot in the horizontal direction, because I think that's about the same position, same horizontal position everywhere. It's about in the middle of the bed, so I don't think we need to change those, but we should change the vertical position of the pivot, because for example in the first individual sprite we see the pivot is about the height of, it's a bit above his head, let's say that, and at the fifth we can see it's below his entire body at about close to his wings. So if you just import all these sprites right away and make an animation out of them, we're gonna end up with a real odd animation where each frame moves a bit in the vertical direction, and that's why it won't feel really smooth. So we need to move the pivot a bit vertically. So let's see. Let's move the pivot a bit down and keep it close to the height of his head. So let's make the pivot custom and move it a bit down here. This one is already good. This one is also good. This one needs to go up. This one needs to go up as well. And you can skip this if you already understand what I'm doing. Nah, this one is alright. This one is alright too. Now the other side. This one is good. This one needs to go up a bit. Up. Up. And maybe I'll show you later on, if this video doesn't get too long, what the result is of a bad pivot location. This one needs to go down. Okay, let's apply that and let's close it up. Okay, so we got our individual sprites, and let's go back to the animator and let's create some new animations. So we're gonna save them in our animations folder, and we're gonna call this one idle. We already got idle, right? Idle bad right. I'm pretty bad in making names up for my animations. Sorry about that. Idle bad left. Fly left. Fly on this map. Fly right. Now this video does look a lot like my other video about the animation of our player, but it's gonna, of course, later on when I make the script, it's gonna be a bit different, because of course you don't control the bed. You can't control the bed with buttons, so it's not as simple as just assigning animations, changing the parameters with the input of your keyboard. So let's make a few transitions. I don't think I need any more animations, and we're gonna make a transition to here, to here, to here. Okay. Let's now actually make this the default animation, because I like to have all my enemies look left by default. And let's assign one sprite to it, which is a good idle sprite. I'm gonna go with this one. So when we start the game, he is not in this mode. Of course, because we haven't yet, or have we? No, we have assigned the controller already, so it should immediately go to this animation, but it doesn't. Anyway, let's continue. Let's make a few booleans. I think we're gonna need 4 of them. This one right, left, fly left, fly right. So this is the main main sprite, the idle sprite. Let's change our collider a bit. So not the size, but I want it to be a bit better positioned. Yeah, that's alright. So let's save it. Save our scene and save our project. Let's run it again. It still isn't working. Well, that's odd, because it should. That's really odd. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That was not the. Let's just add the idle sprite to sprite renderer, so we can easily change it and save. Okay. Okay, now it's looking better. So we assigned this one the bed right. Oh, we assigned this one to fly right, so that's our problem. We should have assigned this one to idle bed left. So let's put it here. Take it here. That's alright. So let's change the transitions. So if fly left is true, idle bed left will go to fly left. Is if fly left is false, then we'll go to idle bed left. If right is true, we'll go to idle bed right, and if left is true, we'll go to idle bed left. And here we're going to do the same thing. This is from idle, so that must be true. And when this one is false, we're gonna go back to idle bed left. Okay, let's now make all the animations. So I think this one is the exact opposite of this one. So we're gonna put it in our idle right animation and our fly right animation. Our fly right is going to have this one, this one, this one. Did I? Yeah, I choose the same too. So this one, this one, this one. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's see if this one is good enough. No, it's too slow. What if it goes 2 times as fast? The last frame is really odd because it goes immediately. I think we should add another one. We did the same with the player. We should add the beginning one back at the end. So this one is going to, let's make this 60 again. This one is going to be here. Yeah, now we don't have that odd end where the last sprite immediately goes to the first one, so we won't see that one. So okay, this one is good, but we want it to be faster, so let's close the gap between each frame. Of course you can skip this part if you have already seen my other animation video and you already think you can do this easily on your own. Actually I want it a bit faster, but it doesn't matter for now. So let's do the same for fly left. This one, this one, this one, this one. And then the first one again. Okay, and let's do a right interval between each. Oh, what happened? Oh, never mind. Let's see if this one's good. Yeah, this one is good too. So we got our fly left, we got our fly right, we got our idle left and our idle right. So we got all the animations and we got all the parameters, and I think we have set up all the transitions the right way. So let's give our enemy a final component, and that's gonna be the bad animation script in C#. And of course we're gonna open it up in monodevelop, but let's put it in our scripts folder. And let's make this a bit smaller so we can still see Unity. And right now I'm gonna delete. I don't think I need to delete anything. Let's just first make a reference to our animator. So we're gonna make private animator, let's call it anim, and start function, let's assign anim is get component, get component, the animator component, and it's a function. So okay, then we got anim assigned to, and in the update function we wanna change the booleans that we made, the parameters we made that change our state, our animation state. So by default all parameters are off, but when the bed goes to the right, we want the right parameter and the fly right parameter to be set to true. In other words, when the velocity of our character, rigid body 2D dot velocity dot x is bigger than 0, so if he goes to the right, then we gonna set bool, and let's copy this one before we put something inside it. We're gonna set fly right, and you should have the same exact same name as you have given up here. Also don't forget the capital letters. So fly right is gonna be true, and here we're gonna have right is gonna be true, and then we're gonna have right. Yes, you can skip it if you already understand what I'm doing. Fly left is gonna be false, and left is gonna be false. Okay. So if the velocity, the horizontal velocity of our bed is more than 0, so if it goes to the right, the fly right boolean or parameter will be set to true, the right one will be set to true, and the fly left and left will be set to false. And now let's copy this one and paste it here, and now we're gonna do the exact opposite for when he goes to the left. This one will be false, this one will be false, and let's copy, no, because these two are gonna be true. So it's the exact opposite, as you can see. And last but not least, we're gonna make another one. And let's delete these two, and let's make it so that when the velocity is equal to 0, both will be false. And I think this should do the trick. Let's see if we made any errors. So let's save it. Not here. Why we're getting this? Because we opened it up. So this one. Save, overwrite. So now this script should be bad animation. This one should be the one we just made, right? Yeah. And it's assigned to... yeah, he has it. So let's hope that it works. He flies towards us. And he doesn't stop for a bit. Because he's still moving. So to fix that we need to give our bat a bit more linear drag so he stops faster. So it's the enemy, and where is this? Yes, so let's give him 10 linear drag. Save the scene, save the project. Let's start again. Now the script certainly does work, but the bat keeps moving. Keeps moving for a bit when I'm out of his reach, because he still is slightly moving towards the left or the right. So let's change that by improving our script a little bit. Let's make this 0.2. I don't know if this is too much. And let's make this minus 0.2. And let's make this bigger than 0 minus 0.2. And smaller than 0.2. Let's see if this works. So save it and run again. So now he's flying towards me. When I go away, he immediately stops. Yeah, this one is good. When I go away, he just immediately stops moving. So yeah, this one is good enough. Let's put the drag back. Lower the drag again, because he's moving considerably slower. So let's make this 5 again. Start up again. Yes. Now he's moving okay. But as you can see, the animation is not smooth because the pivots are some way still not good enough. So let's change the sprites again a bit. So I want to see what's wrong with the animation. So let's go to our animation and start again. when he's flying, he's moving a bit down and up, and it happens exactly when our wing is going down. So let's open the sprite editor again, and let's check the pivots here. Now, before I do this, I already promised you I would show you what kind of problems you will encounter with the animation when you haven't positioned your pivot right enough. So let's put this pivot here, and let's apply that, and let's check it out in Unity. Or let's check it out just by starting this animation. As you can see, the frame that I've changed, the frame that where I edited the where I changed the position of the pivot, you can see that the bat has a real ugly frame where he just goes up for a bit, and then the next frame he's back at his position again. So positioning the pivot is really important. So let's open the sprite editor again, if we still no. So let's open it up again. Let's change the location of this pivot to where it was, and let's I'm doing something dumb. It's something stupid. So let's make the position of the pivot even better. So let's do this custom. This goes up way too fast. 0.6. That's good. And let's change the X position to here. Let's do the same for this one. This one should be a bit more down. So I earlier said that we didn't have to change the horizontal positions of the pivot, but I guess we should have done that. And getting the right position of every pivot is really time consuming, but it's something you should really pay attention to if you want solid animations, which are of course extremely important in a 2D game. So I think it's worth the time you put into it. Okay, let's apply this and hope it looks better. Yes, this looks way better. So now you can see we have a very smooth animation, much smoother than before, and we don't have that ugly going up and down anymore. And when we go to the why isn't he turning the other way? He was turning the other way right before. That's odd. So let's check that out. Oh, the fly right is still the same. Okay, that's odd. Let's save it and let's search for the problem. So when we start off, it's fly left and left. When we go, oh, now it works. But we got a pretty slow transition when we go to the when he changes his animate. But I guess that's a bit natural because you can't immediately change the way you're facing. So anyway, when we go to the right, you can see he's just moving a bit up and down when he's flying. That's because we haven't yet changed the places of the pivots horizontally and improve the vertical positioning. But when we go to the left, we can see that it's much better and he isn't moving up and down a lot. So yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. I see you next. I see you next time. I just thought I forget something, but no. As always, have a nice day, guys.